Welcome to Canada Immigration Daily. Thank you for joining us today for an in-depth exploration of Canada's immigration system. The changes happening right now are not only significant, but also deeply impactful for millions of people. With millions of temporary permits set to expire and a shift in government policies on immigration, there's a lot to unpack. At Canada Immigration Daily, we're committed to breaking down complex issues, cutting through the headlines, and providing a detailed look at the policies and stories shaping immigration in Canada. So, grab a coffee, and let's dive into what all these changes mean for Canada, its economy, and most importantly, the individuals at the heart of the system. Before we begin, don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to Canada Immigration Daily to stay updated with our latest insights and updates. The growing challenge: millions of expiring temporary permits. One of the most striking issues we're facing is the impending expiration of nearly 5 million temporary permits by the end of 2025. These include work permits, issued to skilled and temporary foreign workers; study permits, held by international students coming to Canada for higher education; temporary resident permits, TRPs, often used by asylum seekers and individuals awaiting further decisions on their immigration status. Each type of permit comes with its own rules, regulations, and timelines, creating a complex web of challenges. The sheer logistics of managing such a massive expiration wave, ensuring fair renewals, and maintaining compliance is no small task for the government. What makes this even more complex is that these numbers aren't just statistics. They represent people with lives, jobs, families, and dreams. Ensuring that these individuals are treated fairly while addressing the broader challenges of immigration is one of Canada's most significant policy hurdles today. Major policy shifts: fewer permanent residents in the pipeline. Canada has long been known for its welcoming approach to immigration. However, recent government decisions indicate a shift in this narrative. The government plans to reduce the number of permanent residents accepted annually by 21%, bringing the target down to 395,000 by 2025. This decision is driven by various factors. Housing crisis. There's simply not enough affordable housing, especially in major cities like Toronto and Vancouver. Infrastructure strain. From healthcare to public transit, services are struggling to keep up with demand. Political pressure. Immigration is a sensitive topic, especially with elections looming. While reducing immigration may address short-term concerns, it also creates long-term challenges. Canada relies on immigrants to sustain its workforce and economy. This tension between economic necessity and political optics is creating a precarious situation for temporary residents. A precarious situation for temporary residents. Temporary residents, those on work, study, or other permits, make up 7.3% of Canada's population. That's a significant portion of the community, yet their future often remains uncertain. Many of these individuals, particularly those from countries like India, face housing challenges. High rents force them to live in cramped conditions, often sharing single rooms with multiple people. Rising costs of living. With inflation, it's becoming harder for temporary residents to afford necessities. Healthcare barriers. Canada's healthcare system is stretched, leaving some temporary residents without adequate access. The ethical question here is, are we doing enough for these individuals who come to Canada with dreams of a better future? Are we living up to the promises that attract skilled workers and students to our country? The American dream: detour and risks taken. An increasingly common phenomenon is the use of Canada as a stepping stone to the United States. For many, the path to a U.S. visa is difficult due to stringent requirements like English proficiency, educational qualifications, or financial constraints. Canada becomes a middle ground, a way to get closer to the U.S., even if it means taking risks like crossing the border illegally. For some, the economic incentives are too great to ignore. Even in poorer U.S. states like Mississippi, average incomes significantly outpace those in developing countries like India. Smuggling agencies exploit this desperation, charging as much as $100,000 to help individuals cross borders. This not only raises questions about the effectiveness of Canada's immigration system, but also highlights the need for collaboration between Canada and the U.S. to address the root causes of such migration patterns. The story of Rahul, a first-hand experience. Let's take a moment to hear about Rahul, a young professional from India whose journey reflects the challenges and aspirations of many temporary residents in Canada. Rahul arrived in Canada on a student visa, eager to embrace the opportunities that lay ahead. Like countless international students, he viewed education as a gateway to permanent residency and a better future. However, his path was far from smooth. Soaring living expenses, settling in a bustling city like Toronto or Vancouver came with a hefty price tag. To afford rent and basic necessities, Rahul worked multiple part-time jobs, leaving him with limited time and energy to focus on his studies. Post-graduation challenges. After completing his education and securing employment in his field, Rahul encountered a maze of bureaucratic hurdles while applying for work permits and permanent residency. The process was fraught with uncertainty and stress, making it hard for him to plan his future. Emotional and financial burden. The constant state of limbo, unsure of whether he could establish a life in Canada, took a toll on Rahul's mental health and drained his savings. Rahul's experience is far from isolated. It mirrors the struggles faced by many temporary residents trying to navigate Canada's complex immigration system while striving to achieve their dreams. How can we create a better system? The challenges are immense, but they're not insurmountable. Here are some actionable solutions to improve Canada's immigration system. Streamline permanent residency pathways. Simplify and speed up the process for temporary residents who wish to settle permanently. Increase housing support. Collaborate with provinces and municipalities to create more affordable housing options. Enhance social services. Ensure temporary residents have access to essential services, including healthcare and education. Acknowledge contributions. Temporary residents contribute to Canada's economy and culture. Policies should reflect their value as integral members of our society. Do you agree with these suggestions? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to share this video to keep the conversation going. The broader impact. Building a welcoming Canada. This isn't just about fixing a broken system. It's about shaping Canada's identity. A welcoming and inclusive environment benefits everyone by creating a society that values diversity and fosters a sense of belonging. Temporary residents aren't just workers or students. They're neighbors, friends, and future Canadians. Canada's strength lies in its diversity, and its future depends on embracing and supporting those who come here to contribute. Your role in shaping the future. The issues we've discussed today affect everyone. Whether you're a citizen, a temporary resident, or someone considering moving to Canada, you have a role to play. Stay informed about immigration policies and their impact. Support organizations advocating for fair and humane policies. Speak up and share your thoughts in discussions like this. Backhand index pointing right, don't forget to hit the like button. Share this video with your community. And subscribe to Canada Immigration Daily for more in-depth analyses. Final thoughts. As Canada navigates this pivotal moment in its immigration journey, the choices we make today will define the country's future. Will we prioritize short-term gains, or will we invest in a society where everyone, temporary or permanent, has the opportunity to thrive? Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into Canada's immigration system. At Canada Immigration Daily, we believe in the power of informed discussions to drive change. Like, share, comment, and subscribe to stay connected with us as we continue exploring the critical issues shaping Canada. Until next time, stay engaged, stay curious, and let's work together for a brighter future.